hello, and welcome to Crappy Hour. I'm Ronnie, and that's Ben over there. Hello, Ben.
Hi, Ronnie. How's it going?
Good. How you doing today, baby?
Well, I feel like a war hero. I went to Whole Foods to return some items, and I survived the parking lot. So kind of feel like kind of a bit more of a man. There was a lot I had to avoid, but I did it. I survived. So
Yeah,
pretty good.
Whole Foods is supposed to be such a peaceful place because there's so much, like healthy stuff in there. There's like crystals and like organic soap. But every time I go in there, I've said the F word and the C word at least 10 times trying to get through that parking lot. It's like need the crystals by the time you get into that damn place.
You do. And there's a lot of idiots that are trying to get into that parking lot too. Me included. I'll just say it right now. Me included. But like you see some of these ladies in their yoga pants and their like hats, and then they're like doing some weird diagonal thing where they're just like across all the lanes doing nothing. And you're like, where are you going? Are you coming in? Are you going out? Are you trying to park? Are you parked? And then there's two girls just like standing there, just talking, literally having a conversation in the driveway where people are trying to turn in on Santa Monica Boulevard. I was like, woo, but I did it and I'm here.
That's some Los
Still I rise
Angeles-ness too.
Still I rise.
Still I rise. Well, everybody, today's a very special episode of Crappy Hour because we have one of our first podcast friends. This lady, it was one of our first listeners actually, and called us up right when we started Crappens and said, "Hey, I heard you were making fun of me. I want to come on and hear it." And she came on, and then she lives in LA part-time. So when she started coming here, started having us over to her house all the time. And so we've been friends with this lady now for over 10 years, Ben. You know that? Our 10-year anniversary came up. Well, it must be longer than that, actually.
Yeah.
It was the beginning of the podcast. But anyway, please introduce podcast friend and our real-life friend, Miss Leah Blank.
Leah Blank.
Oh,
Leah.
back.
I'm going to put you in the center. You're actually, you should be in the center.
Hi, honey.
I love you guys. It's been a
Welcome.
long time, 10 years. I look 10 years younger and you guys look 10 years older. How'd that happen?
Yes. Love that.
Excuse me, you shouldn't say things like that. We're about to talk about your youthening product.
That's
which
why I
use.
look 10 years younger.
So, Leah, what have you been up to lately? It's been rough over there with the passing of Roy, so everybody's condolences to you.
That
sending our
has
condolences
been
and love.
the roughest 3 months ever. This is my
Yes.
first time to talk to anybody other than my dogs and the people that work at the house. I don't go anywhere. I don't talk to anybody. I don't return any calls. I'm just hibernating. You're my first outing experience. So thank you
thanks for being here.
We're honored for that. We know that's a hard thing that you've been going through. So
They're really,
all
really
of our
rough.
love and hugs.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I saw you here in LA. You were packing up the house. I came to see you the other day, and we were talking about stuff. And I was asking you about your thoughts on this current season of Miami. And what did you tell me?
I told you, shame on me, but I haven't watched it. But I did see some of the clips that people clip, and then they send you the link to see the clip. I saw some of that, and that's all I know about it. But I mean, I know the behind the scenes because I live in Miami and everybody knows everything in Miami. It's like gossip fest city over here. English, Spanish, didn't matter. They all figure out a way to translate that gossip.
Yeah, you have to be bilingual over there just so you can get the goss, eh?
That's right.
Well, so have you heard, I guess one of the big questions that came out of the reunion, even though you didn't watch it, there was a big question about Julia and Martina and Adriana. Did you hear any gossip about whether or not Julia has been, having affairs? Is Adriana accused Julia of having an affair with a Haitian mortician, and Julia actually had to buy this man a coffee maker. And
I saw
did you ever hear that rumor?
I saw the clip. I didn't hear the rumor.
And is Adriana a reliable source?
Well, I will say before the reunion, there was buzz on the street in Miami that that she was going to say something, that something was going to come out. And somebody texted me that. I didn't even reply back. I just finger in my ears. And so I wasn't surprised when I saw the clip. But what the problem that the other girl's name, what's her name? Julia. The problem Julia had is she underestimates Adriana. If you're going to poke the bear, you better be ready for the retaliation, because Adriana's got a really big temper and she cannot censor herself. So she should have known. I guess she didn't watch any previous shows or didn't know her that well. But if you're going to poke the bear, be ready for the retaliation, because Adriana's she's not going to let anybody get away with it. She's going to say what's on her mind, and that's it. She did it.
I thought it would be kind of fun if we told you, we updated you on what was going on the show now, and you just kind of give us your opinions on all the people and tell us.
Oh God, my big mouth. You're going to get me in trouble. I'm always in trouble anyway.
It's all right.
Okay, so the first one was that Adriana had this, bisexual gay affair with Julia. So believe it or not?
I don't know. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt that it happened. It wouldn't surprise me at all.
Do you know on the show there was someone called the Haitian mortician?
I heard about that on that clip. Yeah, I saw that on the clip. That is so Miami. That is just so Miami. Everything from Santa Ria, which you know what Santa Ria is, when they sacrifice animals and put hexes on people, and the Haitian mortician, that is just so Miami that seriously, it wouldn't even, that's like normal here, that kind of stuff. Miami.
Alexia and Todd, what are your thoughts on Alexia and Marisol? Because there was one accusation in the reunion that Nicole, Dr. Nicole, right?
I know her not really well, but I do know her, and we have mutual friends. Yeah.
Okay, so
she actually asked my advice about signing on to the show, so I know her a little bit.
Then. What'd you tell her?
The truth, that it's what you make of it, and would anything don't do anything that you don't want to be publicized or taped, because the cameras are running all the time, and that there were a couple of people that she absolutely needed to watch her back about, because they would do whatever they could to bring her down, because she was a prettier, younger, thinner version, and they weren't going to have it. I was right about it.
Marisol.
Well, they couldn't wait to get her off the show. They ran her off. Was the inside story that I heard from producers. So I don't know.
Well, there was an accusation on the reunion that Nicole said that Marisol hired a PI to come after her.
That wouldn't surprise me at all. But she wouldn't have hired it. She would have traded something to get it for free. But I wouldn't be surprised.
She wouldn't have paid.
Wouldn't surprise me.
What does Marisol
this is a girl that she'll get somebody. I'll get you a free dress. I know somebody, they'll give you a free dinner at a restaurant. She'll do something to get out of paying, but I won't be surprised that she figured out a way to do that. This is a girl that hires a writer to write one-liners for her, hoping they'll go viral and she can get gifts out of them. So she'll do anything. That's her. That's who she is.
Yeah.
I heard that they ran her off, that they ran Nicole off. That's what one of the producers told me, that the two girls couldn't run her off fast enough. So I guess they did. Maybe it was investigator. Maybe it was gossiping about her family, her husband. Who knows? I don't know. I didn't follow it. But they will find a way to run her off if they don't want her on there.
Yeah.
So you run in big, powerful circles. Have you encountered or dealt with Stephanie Shojai, the newbie, or her husband of the Shoma group?
This is really funny. Miami's a very small town in a big way, and I have never even heard of her before. I was shocked. I didn't ever heard of her. I know. I had never heard of her, and I still wouldn't be able to pick her out of a lineup, because one picture I saw, she had blonde hair, and another picture, her hair was back and it looked like brown in a bun, and I was like, is that the same girl? So I don't know. I don't know anything about her. No opinion, no comment, no. I don't know anything about her. She could be the most fabulous person in the world, or she could be the worst. I don't know.
Have you ever encountered Masood before?
Who?
That's her husband. Masood, that's her husband.
No,
He's a real estate developer.
I'd never heard of him either. Maybe I live in my own little world, but I'd never heard of them. Yeah.
So who else do you still know from the cast? Do you keep in contact with anybody on there? Do you keep in contact with Lisa?
A little bit with Lisa. I used to keep closer touch with Lisa than I have recently. Who else? Who are some of them? I can't remember who they are.
What about Alexia?
Right?
No.
What about Alexia? What has been the arc of your relationship with Alexia? Because when you were on Miami in the early days, Alexia was much more of a side character. And when they brought it back, they really centered her. So what was your relationship with Alexia back then?
And with Alexia, her husband, Herman, at the time, did not want her to go on the show. And he literally just put his foot down, but she wanted on there so bad. So I tried to help convince him to let her on. And I said, let her on the show, Herman. I'll have her back. She'll be fine. It's all going to work out. And I kind of helped convince him to let her get on the show. And then for me, I always said she had two faces. You know, when I was selling my skincare cream, I'm like, I can sell her double because she's got two faces. And, and she does have two faces. And for me, the final straw with her, in addition to the conniving and the lying and the backstabbing and the rest of that she does with her sidekick over there, was when they outed Herman. That was crossing a line for me. There's no going back from that. There is no going back from that. You don't do that to somebody that supported you and your two kids because your husband was in jail and you had nothing, and they support you for 10 years and give you a great life, and then they're 6 feet under and can't defend themselves, and you use it as a storyline. For me, that there was no going back from that.
Oh, that's interesting, because when that happened, she was kind of a hero, I think, with the audience.
That's all bullshit. Because let me tell you, when I used to go to every single thing they ever had in Miami, I hosted the first white party in my backyard. That's how far back I go with the gay community. I was at every event they ever had. I hosted half of them. I did the parade. I did it all. And all those years, I never saw her one thing ever. She was never at one thing.
Well, we saw her at a gay pride in this not this season, but in this version of the show, and she was a little problematic, actually.
Well, when she outed Herman, they had to paint her as a friend to the gay community, or it would have made her look like who she is, somebody that outed a gay husband that she knew was gay all along. So she did know he was gay.
So she did know he was gay all along.
Yeah. And I don't care.
She was a huge shock on the show. Like, I can't believe it. I heard from the ex, I can't believe this is happening.
Herman. I thought Herman was one of the most stand-up guys. He always defended me. He always reached out to me. He would meet me for drinks at the Fontainebleau Hotel and confide in me and give me all the gossip. He was a great guy. And I think she resented my relationship with him too. But the fact that she outed him when he wasn't here to defend himself or tell his side of the story, and they connived that, the two of them, to have a storyline and put that out there in the public domain, there's no going back from that for me. That You're just rotten to the core. Who does that? Wow. You just can't do that.
If you were to ever go back on Real Housewives of Miami, which I would really like, by the way, I would love you to go back on this show. Would you
what?
Would you say this to her? Would you tell this to Alexia?
I don't know that they're worth my time to talk to. After that last reunion, when they all attacked me and they all came at me, I find out later from my friend that owns a dress store that they had been in the dress store practicing how they were going to bring me down all week. They had scripts and they had ideas and who was going to say what, how they're going to bring me down. I'm walking into Houston's with Roy and Roy Jr., the restaurant, the next day after the reunion, and she's calling me, hey, let's get together. How you doing? I'm like, what are you talking about? And I said, why would I want to ever talk to you? And she goes, oh, that was all just for the show. I'm like, no, nothing's ever just for the show. We don't do things just for the show. That's not who we are. That's not who I am. Could I go back on that show? They'd all have to wear name tags because you can't recognize any of them.
Wait, Larsa sure looks the same as she did 13 years ago.
Larsa looks exactly the same, Leah. You know who actually does
Larsa's
look the same?
Somebody that I've never had a crossword with. I have no issues with Larsa. She's always been very good to me. And her husband too. He's a stand-up guy. I've always had no issues with him.
Well,
and Anna, I don't have any issues with Anna.
Yeah, you're friends with Anna still. You know who looks exactly the same? Lisa Hochstein. She looks exactly the same, I think, because she, maybe she went a little too far early on. And so it's kind of, I don't know. I think she looks exactly the same as she used to. Yeah, she's maintained. There's a question in here. What cast member put some kind of a Santeria curse on you or something?
Oh, that was Marisol.
So
Yeah.
what's the story of that? Because I forget that.
So I was at the opening of the SLS Hotel. I forget, after season 1. And I run into Christy Rice, and everybody knows we kind of had some conflict. That kind of conflict that we had is like Disneyland conflict of this stuff, right?
It's about going to the gala, right?
Yeah. And she came up to me, and she told me, she said, my mother goes to this reader, and this reader had your picture and the drag queen's picture there, and said that, Marisol had asked them to put a hex on you to get you off the show. I just rolled my eyes like, okay, good luck with that, but I just, the point is, it's who are you being in the matter in any given circumstance? I don't know anybody that's that dark that would put a hex on somebody to get them off of a TV show. I mean, it's just not in my consciousness. I grew up in Texas, where you have the key to the neighbor's door and everybody's rooting for you and everybody wants you to be fabulous. And, I was shocked. The behavior was I was blindsided by the behavior. And I couldn't even wrap my head around it. I was like, what? And so I didn't even know they had people that put X's on people, but apparently it's a thing. Santeria is a thing.
Yeah.
That was my first experience with it. But who would want to be on the show? I'm just kidding.
Do you think that maybe you'd be a better fit on Beverly Hills? I mean, because that's the other thing is that, like, you have a house here in LA, like maybe Beverly Hills.
I would have been a better fit for Beverly Hills because, well, first, I love some of the girls on there. I really do. Some of them, whether the audience likes them or not, I know who they are, and maybe they don't come across that way on the show, but there's some really good people on that show. I love the producer of that show, Alex Baskin, and I like some of the girls on the show, and I like that it was highbrow gossip and fighting, not gutter skate, and I like that. So yeah, I probably would have been a better fit, but on the other hand, you've got to realize in LA, there's probably a line from my house in the Hollywood Hills to the Grove of young, beautiful girls that want to be on that show. So I was never a contender. Do you understand what I mean? It's like there's like way too many people with bigger names, too gorgeous, too fabulous, too rich, too famous in line ahead of me to ever be on the show. So it was never even really, I never really thought about it. It wouldn't happen. But would I have been a better fit? I would have been a better fit for that show, I think. Would I be a friend of what? Where? A
friend, like, would you be on Beverly Hills if they said, hey, we want you to be a friend of the cast or something like that?
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't rule it out. It's not something I haven't really thought about. I guess it would depend on who I was friends with. If it was authentic, I might consider it. If it was fake, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Who are you friends with on the cast right now? Is it like
in Beverly Hills? I wouldn't say I'm friendly. I was very friendly with Lisa Rinna. I adore her. I was always friendly with Lisa and Ken. I was. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Erica Jane, what she's been through, and the way she came out on the other side. I mean, who doesn't applaud that? So yeah, I'd have to think about who else, but yeah, for the most part.
Oh Lord!
And Kyle, I was friendly with Kyle. I've been.
Oh my gosh, we'd go crazy with you. And
I wouldn't say friendly with her.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
Yeah, we should do the recap.
Pro Erica Jane and Kyle, we'd be arguing all the time in real life if you were.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Believe me, I don't. Kyle wouldn't probably say she even knows who I am, but I have interacted with her a few times. I don't have any issues. I don't know. I like the girls on the show because I feel like that they brought their A game every time. You know what I mean? Do you know how many hours they spend in hair and makeup and wardrobe to go on that show? So yes, no, I couldn't do the show. I wouldn't be able to do the show for that reason.
Yeah.
But you know what's so great about you is that you really do just say what's on your mind, and you give your opinion. It's very unfiltered, and Beverly Hills is such a show where they are so filtered, they clutch their pearls all the time. And I would love someone like you just to come in and just say things like just be like
that's the
call
Beverly
Kyle
Hills
out for
way.
bullshit.
You got to realize in Beverly Hills, this is just a part-time gig for them and a stepping stone for some big movie part they want to be in, or some big Broadway show they want to be in, or some big influencer thing they want to do. So they kind of have to watch their minds and mind their manners a little bit, because they're seeing the bigger picture. In Miami, they never saw the bigger picture. When they were plotting against me, what I was plotting was a cooking line for one girl, a lingerie line for another girl, a fitness line for another girl. I had them all lined up as how I could market them, brand them, sell their products, and build them a little mini empire that they could have residual passive income for the rest of their life. That's what I was doing while they were plotting to bring me down. That's the difference between me and them. In Beverly Hills,
like that. You're even like that with us. I mean, you tell me every time I see you, what are you selling? What are you selling? Sell it. Sell something.
I love to promote people. I love to promote people, and I love to have other people make money off of my ideas. And I love to train and motivate women to earn what they're worth rather than what someone's willing to pay them. And that's what I do and who I am. And I was blindsided by this. We have to bring you down and torture you and lie about you and make you look bad in order to be a star on this show. Well, what are you talking about? You're not a star. You're a personality. It's not a show. I don't even know what it is. But in their mind, they're movie stars. In their mind, they're movie stars.
Yeah. Well, Alexia had a big thing on the show where she was like, I'm a star. I'm a star. Okay. And so that was a big thing. They all got mad at her because she said she was basically the star. Yeah, I was born a star. So that was that's funny that you bring that up.
I'm telling you, the self-awareness. It's so shameless. You can't embarrass them.
By the way, someone else in the comment just said, I can't stop looking at the croissants behind Leah on the picture. See, it's not just me looking at those and thinking they're croissants.
I thought those were donuts.
No, they're pumpkins.
So James came over.
Oh, they're pumpkins?
Does all the graphics and media and packaging and everything. He's really brilliant at it. Those are pumpkins, I guess, because it's coming up on Thanksgiving or
yeah, it's fall. So you got to get your pumpkin in there. I know. I see croissants.
All right, Leah. One of my skincare products is right there.
Yeah. I was going to say, speaking of businesses and growing businesses, tell us what's going on with Leah Black Skincare.
Well, I've been doing this since I was 20 years old. I branded and ran 2 or 3 skincare companies of my own. And I pioneered the CBD line, literally got it approved and pioneered and got it into my skincare line. And I have a full, complete line. A lot of it is CBD based. And the results are visual. You see the results immediately. And people, when they become a customer, they rarely leave. They always stay with me. So I pride myself in the best customer service and the best quality of raw ingredients that you can get in a skincare line. It's all science-based. It's all backed up with testimonials, befores, after, science data, research, development, all of that. It's not a lick and stick line. Some people call 1-800-SKINCARE and order their product and put their name on it.
Yeah, put their name.
Have a vanity project. It's not that. It's like, we actually really do the work. So I have, every day, wake up, you wash your face with the wash, or you could use the exfoliant if you want. And then you put on a moisturizer. Could be the CBD moisturizer, or it could be the regular moisturizer, or it could be this really intense moisturizer. And then I have an oil that's 1,000 milligrams of CBD, which I don't think anybody has 1,000 milligrams of CBD in their oil. And I use that at night. And then I use the non-surgical facelift kit, which is really what built the company. It's a mask you put on that lifts, tones, firms, opens up the pores, cleans out the pores, and really lifts, tones, firms, and tightens the skin. And then your favorite product that you like are the iPads. And I can't believe you're not wearing them for this fabulous presentation.
I left mine. I know. I left mine in Texas, and you can really tell I've got some.
It does get rid of the puffiness in the bags. Yeah. Then I have the shampoo, and I have the chest pads too. Women age in their back of their hands and on their chest. So I have these iPads that you can put, and I have them in the size for your hands and for your look. Let me show you.
Oh yeah.
You can put your glasses on and go to the grocery store.
just keep on going. So what package did you put together for these guys?
I put a package together for you because I wanted to introduce this to your audience. I've been with your audience and been with you for all these years, and we've never talked about the product on there. And I know you don't want to turn it into an infomercial, and I don't mean to. I just want your customers to have the benefit of trying the product. So I put together a $99 package where they can get the iPads, a box of the iPads, come in a box, and they can get the eye cream for $99. It's valued at $218, and if the shipping is free, and they can do that up through the November the 24th. And then
how do they do it?
Okay, and then if they don't want those, they can get 25% off on anything else they want in the line until the 31st of October with the, you're going to love this, with the promo code Crappens.
Okay.
So they just go to leahblack.com and there will be a banner to click on. It's very simple.
Okay, I love it. Yeah. Right on. Well, get some, and send me some of those iPads. I need some new iPads.
And they're good on the chest too, and the hands.
I'm not even looking that far down. You know,
By the way,
at this point, this is all I look at. Waddle up.
Yeah. If you put these in the refrigerator too, people like these in the refrigerator because they're cool.
That's where I keep mine. Do you have any waddle stuff?
I don't want to get political, but there's a picture out there right now on the cover of Time magazine where somebody makes your waddle look like it's tight.
I look downright presidential. Is that what you're telling me?
It looks like you've been using Leah Black skincare to tighten compared to that.
That's funny. All right, Leah, we sure love you. Everybody follow Leah Black on Instagram at Leah Black Miami. You'll find links in bio there. Go to leahblack.com.
I see you in Texas.
Special. Yes, I'll be back soon. I'll be back there soon. So we'll hang out there. And then we'll see you when you come back here to finish up the house and stuff like that. Yeah. But we sure love you. And thanks so much for coming on here, baby.
I've never done a $99 special. It's just for you guys because I really want your audience to love my products. And I love you. I hope you invite me back.
We love you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, thanks for all the tea, Leah. We'll talk to you later, lady.
All right. I'm in trouble now. I know I'm in trouble.
Probably. Who knows? Probably. Love you. Right. It's a good kind, though. Yeah, I love that she's so willing to just come on and say whatever the hell she wants to. That's so refreshing to meet someone who really doesn't give a crap if they're back on the show or not, because most people I feel like are always trying to get back on. It's like, screw those people. Why would I want to hang out with them anyway?
No, I really, I don't, every time I say I want Leah Black back on The Real Housewives, it's not because we know her or not because she was like our first guest ever on Crappens. It truly is because I find her endlessly entertaining and she just does cut right through the bullshit. So like if Kyle were to say some bullshit on Beverly Hills, I just would love Leah to be like, well, that's ridiculous. And well, you never said that the other day. You went to the mall. You said you weren't going to go to the mall. Then you went to the mall, and now here I am. And well, now you're telling all these different people you went to the mall, but I know you didn't go to the mall. So which one is it? I don't understand. I'd be like, I would be ready. I'm ready for that. I want that on my Beverly Hills.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Time will tell. All right, so let's get into some Bravo headlines for the week. So a lot of you, this is 2 weeks later, right, than our last Crappy Hour. And of course, right after we do Crappy Hour, Wendy and Eddie get arrested of Real Housewives of Potomac. And that was very shortly after we did our last Crappy Hour. So we've talked about that at length in a couple of recaps already. But just to kind of review, because people who don't listen to every recap want us to talk about that. So what say you? I mean, there's breaking down their arrest. I'm sure you guys all know by now what happened. It's basically insurance fraud that they're accused of, faking a robbery in their home, saying that someone broke in, stole all this stuff. Well, then they find out that a lot of the purses and Birkins and outfits and stuff that they said were stolen were actually returned for money. And there was an email that Eddie sent Wendy that was like, hey, can we add anything onto this insurance claim? Because I really want to max out the insurance. I really want to max that. I mean, they weren't very bright about it. Also, they have Ring cameras, but there was no footage of anybody entering or leaving the home. There are motion sensors in the home. They never went off. So it just wasn't the brightest trickery for sure. So what have you heard since the arrest and stuff, Ben? What are some updates?
Well, they've been sort of quiet. Nothing has really happened. However, she did break her silence yesterday. And if you want to hear what her statement is, be prepared to be underwhelmed because, of course, there were headlines on like EW and people that were like, Dr. Wendy Asefo breaks her silence. And then it was basically just her saying, through it all, God remains faithful. Like, okay, well, she basically says, yeah, I know. Thank you for the outpouring of love, support, and prayers for myself and most importantly, my family during this time. We are forever grateful. Pray hands. And then she tells everyone to tune in to like tonight's Real Housewives of Potomac. So, you know, she hasn't really said anything yet, but I did see there was a report that I guess they had crushing debt is what I read in one area. So that's one of the things that the investigators flagged. So I don't know. Like, I still feel like there's a lot more yarn to pull from this yarn ball.
Yeah, so I think we're just going to have to wait and see. I was kind of annoyed at first because she was supposed to be the first wife swap episode that aired of that show. And they pulled the episode. And so there was a lot of talk like, is Wendy getting fired? Did they get rid of her wife swap episode? Thankfully, it looks like they put it back on the schedule for later in the season. They just took it off
It's actually scheduled for November 9th, which is so funny because the sentencing is on November 7th. Wow. Good to see that Bravo is still up to its shenanigans. They're literally going to air the show 2 days after her sentencing.
Well, I thought it was kind of bad for them to pull it because that would be
Not
so
sentencing.
much
hearing.
But I thought that it would be such good publicity. Well, not great publicity, but it would be publicity for Wife Swap to have just aired it that week. It seemed weird that they didn't air it, but I guess maybe they found something they could get more ratings for. I mean, I don't know.
I think that maybe like
ride the publicity wave, but
I think they don't want to look too much like they're exploiting criminals, you know, or really bad behavior, because there is still the specter of Bethany out there being like, reality reckoning. You know, like these are the things that Bravo encourages its stars to do. So like they need to pretend like they don't condone this sort of stuff. But I'm sure people will watch this episode of Wendy's wife swap for sure, looking for clues for, you know.
Yeah, they'll be watching it with magnifying glasses. Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even in the real episodes now, I was watching Potomac, like, where did you get that outfit that you're wearing to the bench at the river to have this scene? And why are you wearing that? You know, you start watching everything differently. So that's Wendy. I mean, I don't know. It's only been a couple of weeks, but that's the thing about only doing Crappy Hour every couple of weeks, you know? Like, I'm bored. I feel like they've already been to prison, been out, and it's time for the redemption season. This is
definitely a scandal.
Storylines work on me.
I'm very interested to see the next few beats in the scandal because I think it's fascinating. Like, I really can't believe that these two seemingly very intelligent people went down this path. And like, that's wildly, you know, fascinating to me. Yeah. So I'm definitely going to be tuning in to all the story beats, but there really is nothing that's happened since the arrest. You know, the initial shock has worn down. And so, you know, it felt definitely funny when the tagline was, I put the high in higher education because it's like, we are a little concerned that maybe too much higher education went into this plan that you guys went into because it's not working out for you.
Yeah. Well, something that I've been more interested in than that, I think, because this is newer news, is the Soup Man controversy on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I thought that was so hilarious when they got in that fight at the restaurant where, I don't know, there was a murder-suicide in front of a dog. And Lisa accused Angie of having an affair with someone named the Soup Man. And so we thought that was hilarious, obviously. Well, of course, leave it to the internet to give us reasons to make even a conspiracy about a soup man. Now, I was Googling who is the soup man, but there were some Reddit threads recently because Sophia Franklin, she used to be the co-host of Call Her Daddy back in the day before they broke up. And that became a single hosted show. She has her own podcast now, and she was talking to Meredith at some point and was saying, you know, what's really weird is that, like, I think Angie dated my ex once. And then Meredith went off and on about Angie and kind of didn't get into that. But apparently Sophia used to refer to her ex-boyfriend as Suit Man. And he's in Salt Lake City. So now everybody is saying, oh, it wasn't Soup Man, it was Suit Man. And so everybody thinks that Angie has been having an affair or was having an affair a while ago named Suit Man, who is apparently, I'm getting this from a comment on Reddit. Suit Man, according to Google, is Peter Nelson. He worked as an executive VP for HBO Sports and left in 2020. And he's a Harvard graduate in ancient Greek.
Oh, ooh, it all seems like a little far fetched, but then that little element there, ooh, a Harvard graduate in ancient Greek.
Yes.
That's a damning correlation.
That's crazy, right? And so all of this is just gossip. Like, who knows if any of this is true? The only reason I'm repeating it is because it's out there. It's everywhere. You know, I've been seeing it all over the place. And because Sophia Franklin brought it up on her show. So it would be interesting to see what happens. I hope it's not true because I don't want Angie getting in trouble. I like Angie, obviously. So,
yeah, I hope it's not true either. But I think if it is true, the funniest part about it is that, of course, Lisa Barlow butchers it and goes on to national TV and says, I heard all the rumors about you and the Soup Man. It's like the Soup Man. This is how rumors start. Well, it's a Suit Man and you turn him into the Soup Man. Like, it doesn't even make it. That's just classic Lisa Barlow right there.
Yeah.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
So there's other stuff going on in relationships on Bravo. We've got what's her buns? Bierman. Ariana Bierman broke up with her boyfriend, and MJ and Tommy filed for divorce.
Yeah, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, that just
someone
happened,
just said it right there.
Yeah, I think that was just announced. And
so
Aaron Pfeiffer's, that mother effer, was just thrown in jail. He got arrested for abusing Denise. They went into court and she was detailing some of the abuse, and they arrested his ass right in court. And he's out today on a $200,000 bail. So I hope that one fucking rots. What a piece of crap that guy is. And I hope your parents rot too. And I hope somebody kicks him out of that damn house. You're a disgusting human being, sir. So that's all the love stuff on Bravo that I could find.
Wow. I'm glad that he was arrested. I mean, what a piece of shit that guy is. I mean, he is exactly what everyone always suspected him to be, you know? And they did a good job of, like, you know, pulling like the wool sort of over our eyes with the Denise Richards and her wild things and all that. But, you know, he really is a user. And we definitely flagged it in the beginning of that show when Denise was like laughing off, oh, Aaron's family moved into our house and now we're in condos that we're renting. We're like, why is this family? They moved in during COVID or something and they're still there. We're like, something is not right with this situation.
Yeah, not good. Actually, that's not the end of the relationship talk because Martina and Julia are staying together. Is what we're hearing from Real Housewives of Miami. And Julia Lemingova seeking treatment for PTSD after explosive outbursts on Real Housewives of Miami. It was a cry for help. Wow. So Julia came out with a lot of articles the week of during the weeks of the reunion because she was getting so hammered. So one is that she had PTSD. So I hope we all feel bad for her. And also she is starting opera school, which nobody deserves that.
Yeah,
the teachers
like
don't
this
deserve that.
I think it's time to retire the opera thing. Like that really should not have even come back for a second season. And it's too late. I'm going to say this right now. It's too late to go on your opera journey. I feel like your vocal cords are probably set in place. Everything is locked in. Sorry, the bread has been baked. Now it's time to just enjoy your moment on the display case because this is not, you just can't go back in there. Sorry, it's over.
Yeah, it's done. Give it up. Hang up the towel. What are you singing here that you want to talk about?
Well, I mean, if we're talking about singing, Ronnie, I mean, who am I to deny everyone from the news that there is she's not a new chanteuse, but she seems to have been inspired by one of her co-stars on The Love Hotel. That's right. None other than Ashley Darby went to 54 Below and she went and sang some show tunes. I'm gonna press play. Maybe we can. I think you'll be able to hear it on. Here I'll set this. Is everyone ready to hear Ashley Darby singing at 54 Below?
All right.
I press play, and then it gets the spinning circle. Thanks a lot So maybe like the internet's like, no, we are protecting you. We are protecting
The internet
you.
doesn't want you getting PTSD.
Can you hear this?
No, she's making her play for Chicago, huh?
They're gonna wait outside in line to get to see Roxy. Think
Yeah,
of
she wants
those
it.
autographs outside. Good luck to you, Roxy. And I'll
It's not the worst we've heard,
all the way down to my waist.
but it's a little community theater. She's in like a pink sparkly dress. So anyway,
Oh, wow.
She is on her cabaret
the
journey.
reviews are in. I just want to tell you what the listeners are saying is that went on. No. How could you do this to us? Question mark. Stop that. Stop that. No, you stop it right now. Who okayed this? My ears are bleeding. Who's the piano player? That's my favorite. Who's the piano?
she's like, yeah, she's the one person in the cell block tango that everyone agrees, no, she should be there. No, he did not. None of us had that coming. None of us had that coming. It was not deserved. It was not a justifiable crime. So that's like singing in the world. Now some other stuff that is in here. Where was it? I mean, people were. By the way, I was surprised at how many people were really alarmed by Ariana and Hudson breaking up. I think they were more concerned for Kim Zolciak's sake, because I think Kim was really banking on that Hudson, that fried chicken money to be the next chapter of her life.
Literally.
And that's
banking.
gone. So I am a little, I think we're all a bit concerned for her on that front. And speaking of Atlanta, this is some news that just broke about like 2 hours ago. This is stupid, but amusing, which is that Kelly, you may remember her from one of the newbies from Real Housewives of Atlanta, because I know most people are like, who's Kelly? Like she's a new housewife. She hired Phaedra to represent her in a court battle with her ex. Do you think that's a smart idea, Ronnie? Do you think that will actually be a productive use of Kelly's money?
I don't know. I don't know how success. I mean, I know that she's been a lawyer for a long time. Obviously, it's Phaedra Parks, but I don't know that I'd want like a Undertaker lawyer. I mean, I don't. She does. She has her hands and her fingers in a lot of pots. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think I'd want someone maybe focused, like more focused on being a lawyer. Do we hear of any like high power cases? I think the only case we saw her taking was that one where she was taking like a big briefcase of cash in a parking lot in her first season, remember?
Well, there's Bobby Brown. She represented Bobby Brown, which I think was her
I don't think that went well, did it?
Probably not. There was the briefcase guy. Oh, wait, there was also the party planner who wanted to sue Candy. So
Yeah.
that's a positive endorsement. Yeah, I feel like this is maybe not Kelly's wisest move. I feel like when was the last time Phaedra actually was practicing law?
I don't know. I think she's been practicing, right? I think she's like an on again, off again law practitioner.
By the way, Michelle in the comments says, do you have hazel eyes, Ronnie?
I do.
Like Kelly Clarkson?
Yes, I do have hazel eyes. Yeah, you can tell a little more in the dark because the light is brighter on my face.
I think mine are brown, but I'm like,
Mine
I'm trying to
changed.
open my eyes so the lights can get into it.
In bright light, mine will become hazel, or if I'm in a park or something like that that's green, they'll turn bright green. It's really weird.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, your
Some
eyes
of
look
the coolest
so
things
hazel
about
right
it.
now.
Yeah, they're
Super hazel.
They're
That's
hazel
like a
guys.
big hazel energy.
Did we already go over the Britt Eady video that she made in a pool? Did we already talk about this?
No, I
Speaking
did
of
not.
Atlanta. So she's in
let's
the
talk about
pool,
it.
I guess, with a friend and her husband, and she's just, going on and on about,
Fuck those people. She means a bitch. And they want to talk about my videos. Oh, yeah? Well, what about Shamia's porn? There's Shamia porn, and you can find it on the internet. So go look for it, everybody, because you'll find Shamia porn.
And then, I mean, it was a really long video. I watched a lot of it, but that was the gist of it. She's never coming back to the show. She's too good for it. Why would she even go to the reunion? No one deserved her time. They're all a bunch of liars. And Shamia has porn on the internet.
Yeah, it seems like a weird thing to proclaim while you're simultaneously suing Bravo for like a bad work environment because someone was claiming that there was porn of you being displayed at an event. So you just go around and you do it to Shamia, who was like not part of that. It just goes to show what trash Britt Eady is. And like, if you're going to quit a show, but don't quit a show and then, just keep complaining about it and trying to stay relevant on the show. If you want to stay relevant on the show, you would have stayed with the show and you wouldn't have been so ridiculous. Not that we wanted you to stay. I'm happy that Britt Eady is gone. One of the worst casting choices of all time for Bravo. I think she's like down there with Diana Jenkins.
Yeah, she was not great.
Although I would argue that Diana Jenkins was probably one of the most vile people that Bravo ever hired, but I would argue that Diana Jenkins had a lot of campy appeal because she was so awful, but she had that kind of like European villainess energy that like is like very funny to me as like a gay man. But Britt Eady just didn't even bring camp. She just was like trash, lying trash. And I said good riddance to her.
Yeah. My gosh. So there's just some stuff that I'm reading in the comments here. Sarah says Adriana was on a podcast where she said one of the reasons Julia's daughter is upset with her is because Julia used the daughter to care for Martina while she was away in Europe for facial surgery.
Oh, and that gets to a little bit of what Gertie was talking about when Gertie brought up the facelift at the wedding. That was one of the precursors to Julia tossing the water in her face. Julia is obviously very sensitive about that because Gertie said something along the lines of, while Martina is like sick, you went off and got yourself a facelift. And so especially if the daughter is then the one who had to take care of Martina during that time, then yeah, I can imagine that adds some texture to that situation.
Yeah. Speaking of Miami, there was a thing recently with Gertie. She was commenting on, she's speaking with Emily Hanks. Hi, Emily. Love ya. She was speaking on her Instagram recent post and Julia's social worker left a comment. So Gertie says, no, I did not offer to get on the cruise. She asked me, and that's what my text messages proved. Till this day, I still don't know why my text messages were blurred in the first place. There was no big reveal, except for this simple fact. Shrug emoji. This is a shrug emoji with a shaking head, okay? But blurring them made it seem like I was exposing intimate details, which I would never do. I would never do that. So then there's a comment by Connie Going that says, at Gertie Design, you are the eternal victim. ... You get 4 dots in this ellipses. Move on, space, dot. This show defines no one, space, dot. So Connie, I'm sorry, but Connie typing a comment like my mom, spaces before periods, four periods in an ellipsis. And Gertie responds, hi, Connie. I recognize you from our show. You are Julia's social worker, but did she pay you a bonus to also be on her social media spokesperson? Stay out of this and stick to foster caring. I will publicly expose all the nasty comments you have wrote about me and sent me at three periods and an ellipses. And if you've seen the show, you know I will. So keep it up, Connie. Thumbs up emoji.
Maybe she's Julia's social worker. Like she literally works on her social media. Like that's truly what the social is.
She's the social worker getting the kids for her and going and fighting for Julia on comments on Instagram.
That's messy.
Jesus. Grow up, Connie Going.
Yeah, come on, Connie. I have something that I'm loath to bring up because, I don't really like to talk about this at all.
Oh, really? Well, keep it up, Connie. Keep it up.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Yeah, no, but I feel like I should mention this, but there is McBee Dynasty news. Which is that Stephen McBee was sentenced. It's happened. It's happened.
Yeah.
Stephen McBee Sr., America's sweetheart. He's going to jail for 2 years for fraud. See, now the thing is this, him going to jail for fraud, like, that's not shocking. That's not like Wendy Osefo shocking. You look at this guy and you say, this is someone who's going to commit fraud if he hasn't already, So,
yeah.
2 years behind bars. I wonder how that's
whole first season, you're like, this guy's totally going to jail at some point because he kept saying, our equipment's always getting stolen. And, guys, if we have one more insurance claim, we're in trouble. We can't have another insurance claim. And it's like, I mean, it seems so obvious now looking back, So yeah, he got a couple of years. So it'll be interesting to see, because the boys also got a season 3 of the show. So they picked up filming to watch his sentencing, or to film his sentencing. And I guess that they're going to be shooting a 3rd season of that show. So we will be seeing how the boys are dealing with the most important farm in what's the name of their place that they live?
Missouri, in Gatlin. In Gatlin, Missouri.
Yeah, in Gatlin.
It's the most important. You're the most pessimistic person I ever met about farms. Sentencing. That's also when Cole tries to form a thought. They call it that sentencing. Speaking of Cole, he posted a story, and it's a picture from the wedding, from Jesse's wedding. It's like Jesse and what's the name of his wife, like Claire or something like that. What's her name? Lindsay.
Jess, I don't know. I don't remember the wives. I'm
whatever
there
her name is.
I'm there
name.
for Jesse. I'm just there for Jesse.
So it's Jesse and whatever her face was.
I know the mom's Christy.
Christy is the mom. There's Cole, and then Lady Cole, and then there's Steve Senior, and then
there's a Caitlin. There should be a Beth, but I don't think there is a Beth. I feel like there should be, though.
What's the name of the blonde twit? The young one. I see. I've already purged their names.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Is she Caitlin, whatever her name is. Oh, she's the worst. Cola.
Kayla.
Her name is Kayla.
No, Kayla is his ex-girlfriend. Kayla is the main guy, Steven's ex. Yeah, Cal.
Right. So so we see all the McBees. They're all standing, and it says, "We will get through anything together. To the hardest working man I know, it's our turn to be here for you. We got you, Dad." I'm like, yeah, you'll get through anything except for like a splash of coffee or like some Kool-Aid, because you guys are wearing so much white right now, and you guys will all crumble to bits the moment that shit gets stained. It's like, all I want to do is just take some sort of like vividly red liquid and splash it at that Instagram story right now.
Oh, so they all wore white on an Instagram story about their dad being innocent. It's a little on the nose, guys.
It's a wedding.
Oh,
it's their wedding photo.
It's a wedding.
It's like, nothing shows how we stand strong like standing here behind a bride and a groom.
Yeah.
With a octagonal arch, not so far away.
Hexagonal band. That was hexagonal.
Hexagonal. Hexagonal.
Well, he went to jail. Another shocking arrest was Camille from Below Deck. She was arrested for a DUI.
This was like my favorite thing that I read.
Yeah.
That idiot. She's an idiot in so many different ways, and now she's added another dimension to it.
Well, that's a lot of people being arrested and breaking up and being thrown in jail and being almost thrown in jail. I mean, come on. There's a lot of court. You know who's working right now on Bravo? People in the court system. They have a very busy time in Bravo News right now because there's a lot going on.
Did you see Camille's mugshot? I'm going to tell you this right now. Not as good as Wendy and Eddie's. Camille looks like she literally just like crashed right through a 7-Eleven or something. She does not. This is a rough mugshot. As Bravo mugshots go, this is probably bottom 3.
It's also a terrible camera that they're using. It's like a very grainy. It's not very good. But she is. It does say she's 6 feet. Is that true? Oh no, she's 5'6". Sorry, I was reading it wrong. I was like, damn, she's 6 feet.
She looks a little rough.
She looks rough, and she's wearing like a little jewel tier on the very edge of her eyes.
She's peaked. She's done.
Yeah, she's done. You're cooked, Camille. Well, I think it's time to turn this over and talk to some of our listeners. What say you, Ben?
It sounds like a great idea. Let's do it.
All right, everybody who's just listening, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks to Leah Black for being here. Follow Leah at Leah Black Miami on Instagram. Go get her Crappens $99 deal at leahblack.com. Or if you want to find links in bio, do that. Go to Leah at Leah Black Miami on Instagram. Go to link in bio. Find all her stuff. Go buy her stuff. And thanks, Leah. And everybody on audio, we'll talk to you next time. Everybody on video, if you want to come up here and keep chatting for the next 10, 15 minutes or so, we will put a link up for you. And everyone else, we'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King. It's always a party on Allison Block.
Our way is the Amber Way.
It's the Foster and the Furious. It's Amanda Foster. It's always automatic with Ashley Otto. Put your hands together for Carly Clapp.
Get on the right foot with Chrissy Offit.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela Etchels.
We never miss her call. It's Diane Call.
Aaron McNicholas. She don't miss no trickolas.
Hava Nagila Weber.
You'll never hide from Heidi Eleanor Jones.
I go, you go, we all go for Hugo.
Jamie. She has no last namey.
She's our kind of mess. It's Jennifer Messer.
Sipped some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's our favorite streamer, Caroline Peacock.
Kristen the Piston Anderson.
Get a bee in your bonnet with Lacey B. K Sarah, whatever will be, will Lauren Silsby. She gets an A from us. It's Lindsay D.
Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino.
Fresh as a daisy, it's Maisie McKinnery. We love her on the rocks. It's Melissa Cox.
Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
This is Livin' with Michelle Vivian.
I love ya, Olivia Williamson.
She sure is swell. It's Raquel.
Yes, we canna. It's Savannah.
Cast a spell with Shannon Spellman. Let's share with Sharon Eldridge.
Darn Skippy, it's Tippy.
And our super premium sponsors.
She's VVIP, it's Amanda V. Can't lose when you're with Amy Baldwin.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Put us on a stretcher, it's Charlotte Fletcher.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Who, what, why, where, and Gwen Pentland.
Let's go into the woods with Guy Tubbs.
It's our queen, it's Queen Laifah.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. Hail the cork master, the master of the cork, Jennifer Corcoran. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish. She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo.
She's a total knockout, it's Katie Manock.
We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley. In the study with a candlestick, it's Leslie Peacock. Gee, it's Lisa H. We're ride or die for Lisa Ryder Barron. She's a whiz, it's Liz Sarthy. Always killing it, it's Lola Alkalani.
The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
She eases our woes, it's Melissa St. Rose.
There's a chance of meatballs, it's Rebecca Cloud.
Maximum love for Sandy Maximoska. She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke.
We cannot tell a lie, it's Sarah Telefson.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Please don't stop, it's Soli and Pop. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
We're obsessed all with Tessa V.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.